So I hope I can get through this video today without crying, because when I was making my notes for it and I was preparing, it actually made me cry. Not because I was unhappy, but because I thought the topic was so overwhelming when you really think about it. So what triggered me to make this video is I was looking at my granddaughter playing the other day, and just looking at her mannerisms and the way she was behaving, the way she was playing, the way she was being herself, and it made me think of the kind of person that she will grow up to be and what her character will be. Because looking at her, reflecting back on myself, because she's my granddaughter, my blood, it made me ask myself, who am I? Who am I now? If you take away my passport, if you take away my driver's license, if you take away my name, who am I? Who is she now, and who will she end up being? And that's what I want to talk about today. I think the older we get, the less free we become. See, I look at her now and I see in her the person that she was meant to be. We are thrown out into the world. We go into kindergarten, into grade school, and we are taught not to be ourselves. I really believe it starts from when we go to school and sitting in class and listening to our teachers, that somehow we have to measure up. These little voices of comparison, I believe, represses us from who we were meant to be, because it constantly tells us that we have to be like the collective human. We cannot be left behind, whether it's in academics or in our growth and the way we think. That is one of the reasons that we lose ourselves to who we were really meant to be. So we build walls around ourselves to protect the real us, because we don't want to be singled out by the world. But in our core, that's not who we were meant to be. We were molded by society, by our peers, by expectations of us, of who they want us to be, and not who we really are on the inside. When you change so much to fit in, basically, it's not like you have a choice. A lot of people just say, F it, I'm not gonna do this. But the majority of people try to fit in. They feel like they don't have a choice. And when you do that, we lose the individual person that we are. We're not individuals anymore. We become like a bunch of people doing the same thing, thinking the same way. And that can really eat away at your soul. And this is what I find so ironic about it all, because the older we get, the more freer we're supposed to be. But it's just the opposite around. The older we get and the more we grow up, the more trapped we are as humans by society, a society that wants us to basically be a certain way. It's the world upside down. We are supposed to be more free and more independent and more ourselves as we grow older. When I look at Sophia, I think, darling, when you grow up, you're going to be anything you want to be. You're going to be free to think and to do and to just be. But that's not what society molds us to be. Being someone that you were not meant to be, what does that do to you? I think it can lead to a lot of self-criticism. It can lead to you not loving yourself. I think that's why so many people in the world are so depressed and self-medicate, whether it's with medicine or alcohol or food or whatever the drug of choice is. It's because we're not happy with who we are or who the world tells us that we should be. You can see it in something simple as someone singing on the train or someone doing a little dance jig in public. How people look at you as if you're crazy. They look at you as if you're crazy for singing out loud, which is something so wonderful and something that should be so normal, so full of something that is so good, so joyful to your soul. If you sing in public, people look at you as if you're crazy, as if that cannot be done. What the hell are you doing? So that's a really good example of how we were molded to be unauthentic people. My advice would be is you have to be defiant to those voices. You have to insist to the world that you are going to be the person that you were meant to be. You have to scream and say, this is who I am as a person. It is so imperative because you only get one shot at this. You cannot go back and do this over. So you have to take charge of your life. You have to be defiant to the world that wants to mold you into everybody else. You have to say, no, this is not who I am. The biggest takeaway I want you to have from this video is, to the people that love you, the real you is the only thing that matters. They won't ask you to dress up, or they won't ask you to dress down. They won't ask you to be something that you're not. These are the people that will be there for you throughout your lifetime when the world turns its back on you. I personally would have the whole world isolate me because I refuse to conform to what the world wants me to be. Just knowing that my family will be there for me is enough. Life is strange. Life is a struggle that none of us is going to win. We all know this. But just because of that fact alone, that's why you have to be in this life who you are. So, who am I? I am a human with an amazing thinking brain, using it every day to figure out how I want to live my best life. And I'm totally enjoying my story. That's who I am. Who are you?